Hello collective and welcome back to my channel. I'm here doing a random collective reading. I'm doing it a little differently today. So yeah, of course, this channel I created to do my different funky little reads, right? But anyway, yeah, this reading is for the collective, so it may or may not resonate with you. Just take what does resonate, toss out the rest, okay? And thank you to everyone for helping me grow this second channel. This is my channel number 2 for the cute little readings that I do that are, you know, kind of different, right? My main channel is Lumen Moon Tarot. So if you're looking for your sign readings, more collective readings, divine masculine, divine feminine readings, pretty much I do everything there at Lumen Moon. So look me up there too, but thank you all so much for all of your support to both of the channels. I really do appreciate it. All right, so yeah, using a different deck today here for the main part of the reading, kind of opposite from what I usually do it, but it is interesting. I'm picking up on a masculine energy who is in fact still in a karmic situation. First of all, let me touch base though. The overall energy is that this person is in love with you, could be your twin flame soulmate connection or a deep level soulmate connection. This person can't shake your energy, okay? They can't shake this connection. All they're doing is thinking about you. I feel like you could be a divine feminine here. Yeah, with the temperance angel. So I feel like you guys are, whoever I'm talking to could be like an earth angel, light worker, divine feminine energy, right? Twin flame soulmate connection here. But this divine masculine is still with a karmic, okay? But they're kind of closed off to the karmic right now. This person is kind of separating themselves, alienating, right? On shutdown mode. I've picked up on that before on Lumen Moon. Yeah, so check out the other readings there too. But this person is shut down right now. They're trying to do anything that they can to get away so that they can think about you, basically. Spending a lot of time in their car. I spend a lot of time in my car thinking about you. Because they made a promise to this karmic. I made a promise to someone to leave you alone, but I don't know if I can do it. Okay, so they're looking for their space so they can think about you because they feel like they're stuck in Groundhog Day, where there's no passion for this karmic whatsoever. Okay, they want you. And they've considered leaving it all behind, leaving this karmic situation, but this person is really afraid of the consequences, okay? They're worried about some kind of lash out by this karmic, revenge, or this person could be protecting you too. I've picked up on that before. Guarding you, holding you close, wanting to make sure nothing happens, because I feel like it's hitting the shit's hitting the fan with this karmic. Okay, it is. So yeah, this person doesn't want to bring that energy to you. All they really can do right now is get away to think about you. That's like their happy place, is when they can sit in their car or wherever they go to be alone, right? To think about you. And they don't know if they can leave you alone. You're a huge temptation for this person. I feel like they're getting a lot of signs, synchronicities from the divine to come towards you, right? And do the right thing. I feel like that's why they're reminded of you at pretty much everywhere they go. The divine really isn't letting this person, you know, get away from this connection, okay? And this is the confusing part here. I was a bit confused by it, but only for a minute. I feel like what this person, they saw you as not having your life together at the time. When you guys met, I feel like they chose this karmic over you, even though they had this instant, easy connection with you, right? A soulmate connection. It was a good connection. They felt it too. But I feel like This person didn't think that you had enough to bring to the table. They didn't think that your life was together enough for them, okay? And I've got I love you unconditionally coming out in reverse. So this person did have conditions behind whether or not they were going to love you. And I think that was the condition was whether or not you made enough money, whether or not you were stable enough. It could have had something to do with what you looked like, your job, something superficial, something materialistic, okay? And that put conditions on their love. And I feel like that's why they chose this karmic, thinking that the grass was greener on the other side, but it's not. It wasn't. And now there's no passion in their life for this karmic anymore, and it feels like they're stuck. They constantly think about you, spending a lot of time away from this karmic, whether it's in their car, at work, at a bar. I'm seeing this person going to the bar often for some of you, not all of you though, and drinking a lot, right? So they could be numbing as well because it just doesn't feel right without you. Thank you, Divine. So they have to try something that's going to make them feel right. So this is I was just talking about them numbing, and that's what this is, right? Yeah, it just doesn't feel right without you. So they're filling that hole with, either booze, liquor, going out maybe for some of you, but they really just want to get away from this karmic. I feel like in a way this person's heading in the opposite direction, because what they should be doing is going towards the karmic and telling them the truth, but they're afraid of the consequences. Okay, so they're afraid of this karmic. I've considered leaving it all behind and heading straight to you, but I don't know if I can handle the consequences. So yeah, they're afraid of whatever this karmic is going to do. But you have really greatly impacted this person's life. I feel like they were possibly very surprised by this connection. I feel like they're surprised by it now. I feel like you were very kind, gentle to this person, giving, loving, nurturing to this person, but they had conditions on that. And now it's like that. In order to feel anything at all, it feels like this person has to get away just to think about you. I feel like it's surprising to this person just how much you've taught them about love, just how much you showed them about yourself and themselves, right? Because they've been having to take a look at themselves through all of this in order to make the right decision, in order to listen to their heart and figure out what their heart is actually telling them. Even though this person had conditions on their love, they didn't think that you had your life together enough for them to be with you. This is probably one of the strongest soul connections of this person's life. It's an eye-opener. It's a game changer. And I feel like this person, you've done a lot in this person's life, person watching, okay? Collective, you have taught them so much about love and themselves. I feel like they're kind of surprised by how much you've changed them from the inside out, okay? And now, they're feeling stuck in Groundhog's Day because they're remaining in something that no longer serves them, right? They've got no passion for this karmic. They're not sleeping in the same bed. They're completely closed off from the karmic. They're leaving, spending as much time away from them as they can, right? And instead of elevating, because this person is elevating in energy, right? But they're not elevating in their life. They're not changing anything, which is making them feel totally stuck in Groundhog Day. There's nothing new in their life right now because they're not allowing it. As long as this person keeps putting off the inevitable and getting out of a toxic situation and following their heart, they're going to keep feeling stuck in something that they don't like, right? You know, until they take the right kind of action here. Because right now, I'm kind of seeing that they're running from it. They're running from the inevitable energetically, trying to sneak away and isolate, which is good to a point. You can only do that for so long until, you know, you have to move. You have to get unstuck, right? And I feel like the only way for this person to really get unstuck is to be honest about how they feel, about who they want, and about their past mistakes, you know. And they've made, this is a big mistake that they made to you because I feel like they totally underestimated you. You know, we've all been in struggles. I was in poverty for a really long time. Okay? Backstabbed and betrayed and put down by pretty much everybody in my life. But that doesn't mean my life stayed that way. You know what I mean? Everybody hits their times of struggles and hardships, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't change. As long as you keep it moving, as long as you can do what you can to improve things for yourself, right? And learn from lessons. So I feel like this person, they thought that you would always be in an impoverished situation. They thought that you would always, you know, you would never have enough to bring to the table in a relationship. Their love was very unconditional then. Or, I mean, their love had conditions attached to it then. But now this person is wondering if you still feel the same way for them. You see how the roles have flipped here. Okay, they flipped. Now this person is worried that you don't feel the same after them walking away from you because they didn't think you were enough. They thought they could find greener grass somewhere else. Right? That's what this person is going through anyway. But yeah, this person kind of hides away. I feel like they're kind of going within, but now when they go within, it's not like they're trying to think of a solution. They're actually just focused on you, and it's keeping this person stuck. They have to actually take some kind of action in their own lives here to change things, okay? All right, what else can you show me? Yeah, they're learning their lesson. They're being sat down and learning a lesson here. The grass wasn't greener. They shouldn't have put conditions on their love, and they should have saw that you had potential, you know, to improve your life. You weren't going to stay in those struggles forever. Nobody does, right? Yeah. Now this person is watching you. Yeah. Learning the truth here. They may even, you know, justice here. And yeah, they're getting their karmic justice, I feel. They know everything now. Now they can see everything clearly, right? They're learning about this connection here, this divine connection. They're realizing things about themselves, you know, in and out energy, getting away with things, possibly even stealing your time, your energy, your patience, you know, your love. This person is getting their justice for this. I feel like this is karmic justice for their in and out player kind of ways and not caring about things before. Because I feel like, oh, they just saw you as someone who didn't have enough and they left. They abandoned you for this karmic that they don't want now. And this is what they get for their in and out energy. They're seeing things clearly now. They're getting their karmic justice. So things are hitting this person really hard. Why aren't they spending a lot of time at home? Like, for real, they're not spending a lot of time at home, this person. Queen of Wands energy. Okay. Yeah, because they're with somebody who, they're in between. I feel like your Queen of Wands energy, and this is who they're with, the Queen of Swords. And the Queen of Swords can be very harsh, cold, cutting. But they know they're in between. I feel like they've turned their back maybe on both you and this Queen of Swords. But you've handled it differently, okay? You've handled it differently, and this is why this person can't stop thinking about you. When this person was in a decision that they had to make, right? They kind of stood here for so long that all the emotion just sort of dried up. That's why they're wondering if you still feel the same, right? Because they can see there's no emotions there. You are not waiting around. You're not wasting your time. You're not allowing anyone to play any games with you. When this person put you in a third-party situation, you just turned and looked into the future. You just went after the things that you wanted. You focused on you. You didn't waste your time with this. You knew your worth because of the crap that you had been in, right? Because of the struggles that you've had. This is a warrior queen here. So, you knew your worth, and you were just very chill about it. Like, fine, I'm going to look into a different direction then if you're going to turn your back on me, right? But this Queen of Swords that they're with, this karmic individual, they weren't so decent about it, okay? They weren't so chill and relaxed about it. I'm sure you had your heart broken, but you still forged on. This Queen of Swords, no, this Queen of Swords, I feel like they make this person pay for that every day. Every day. This person is paying for that. And now, they thought that the grass was greener over here. But look at you now. Now they can see clearly that you are the one who is going to be the most abundant. You are the one who has the power to manifest. I feel like your abilities were kind of hidden from this person. This I'm seeing as a test. They were given a blessing here with your love. And I feel like they didn't see your worth. They were too materialistic. They didn't see the abilities you had on the inside. They were only looking at surface things that weren't going to last forever, right? And they got into something where they're paying now every day. They don't want to confront the Queen of Swords. They don't want to see the Queen of Swords every day. The Queen of Swords is grumpy and angry, feeling betrayed, wanting the truth, and possibly even badgering this person. Tell me the truth. Tell me the truth. Where have you been? I could see them, they go to the bar, or they take off and go for a drive in their car to think about you. When they do come home, this is what this person is just like badgering them, asking them 20 questions about but not you. Do you see the difference? Not you. You went and did your own thing, collective. You worked on you. You focused on the things that made you happy, or you're doing that now anyway. You're in Queen of Wands energy. You could be a fire sign. This person could be dealing with an air sign. They could be a Libra, Taurus, Sagittarius. And now this person can't stop thinking about you because you were so good to them right from the start. And when they backstabbed you, turned their back on you, put you in a third-party situation, used you, came in and out, laughed about it behind your... You know what? You did nothing. You were so cool about it. Look at the way you're sitting in this chair. You know why? Because you've had so many struggles in the past. You could handle this, and you did. You focused on you. You knew your worth. You didn't chase after this person. You didn't whine. You didn't whine for them. You didn't call them 50 gazillion times a day. You didn't ask them 20 questions. You weren't right up on their butt about everything. I mean, this Queen of Swords is riding this person's ass every day. And they're completely shut down. I don't even know if they're talking to this Queen of Swords. So now all this person can think about is you and how the grass really wasn't greener on the other side. They had it made with you from the start. They just didn't see it. They were looking at superficial, materialistic things, not like your actual personality, not your spirituality, not the things that, you know, not the important stuff, not the love you were going to give this person, you know. Yeah, and the Queen, and it makes sense because Queen of Wands has been through her struggles, man. She's been dragged through the mud. And she's just tired of that crap. She knows her worth and she's done with it. She's going after what she wants. This is the energy you're in. And now they're wondering, do you still have feelings for me, right? When their love was conditional. Now they're wondering if your love is still unconditional. All right, what else can you show me for the collective? Give me one more card, please. What can you show me? One more card, please. Yeah, you're no longer heartbroken. That came out in reverse, and I don't, my deck is upright. Yeah, you're in the Empress energy here. You're no longer heartbroken. I feel like you've healed from the heartache, okay? But I will tell you that I feel like this person really body slammed you on the ground. I mean, not physically, but, you know, emotionally. They just stomped all over your heart after backstabbing and betraying you. And you were so loving with this person, okay? This could be your baby's daddy, mommy, take it how it resonates. You could have known this person for most of your life. This whole stagnant thing could have gone on for like up to 3 years. You could, you know, I mean, I'm just trying to confirm some things for you. But yeah, you would have never hurt this person. You would have given them the best love they ever had. And they betrayed you, but you healed. And I feel like when this person, look at, now you're at the Ten of Pentacles. You're extremely abundant. They thought that you didn't have your life together. Look at you now. This person thought that you didn't have your freaking life together, and now look at you. You're an empress, boss, business owner, entrepreneur, right? Extremely independent, very creative, very intuitive. You've leveled up in your life. You're making bank, okay, collective? And this person thought, they thought, that you didn't have your life together. Their love was conditional because they saw you as going through struggles at the time. Huh. Now that you're abundant, now that you've earned and worked really hard for all of your money here, you could be very wealthy, actually. You're a huge success, whatever it is that you're doing. It's paying off. Yeah, you're an empress, and this person didn't see it. And now you've got this person blocked off because they went and decided to give to someone else. And leave you here in tatters because you were struggling at the time. See, you're the one here with the patch. You were struggling, and they decided to give to somebody else that really was just maybe a little step ahead of you at the time, right? And they left you empty-handed. So you're cutting this person out. You don't need the heartache anymore. That's what you're saying. And you know what? Here's the thing. This really sent you into really improving your life. putting forth the effort into you, right? Building up your stability. You know how much work this takes. And like I've been saying too, through this whole entire thing, you know, you don't get to the Empress status unless you've been dragged through the mud, okay? Which is what you were. You were dragged through the dirt. You've been through it. Only to build yourself up. You know, people have struggles, you know, everybody has their struggles at certain times in their life. Sometimes they're long lasting too, but here's the thing though, they don't last forever. You know, we eventually learn to put forth the effort into ourselves and build ourselves back up, and that's what you were triggered to do by this person. And boy, did you do it. Look at how abundant you are. This is the most pentacles you can have in the deck is 10. Okay? And you've got them all just for you. I'm seeing you single out here. Single. Waiting for an emperor to come and build on this some more with you. But this person's not in emperor mode. Yeah, see? When you gave this person your love, I feel like they gave you the wand. They were uppity. Look at that smug little stuck up look on this person's face. They thought that they were more abundant than you. All you had to give this person at the time was your love, but they didn't know that that's the most ornate cup in this whole entire deck. It's even more decorative than the Ace of Cups in this deck. So the love that's in that cup is the best love of all. And not only is it love in that cup, it's your intuition, it's your spirituality, it's your discernment, it's your creativity, right? It's your emotions, it's your giving nature, your empathy. They would have gotten it all. You would have shared all of it with this person. You would have, with not one single bad intention. But this person had their nose up at you the whole time. So you were good enough for the wand collective. But they thought you weren't good enough to hang on to if all that you were giving them was love. They chose someone else. They could have gotten committed to that person. They broke your heart in a third party, made you cry countless tears. Right? The tears you cried, crying yourself to sleep, the pain you had to put up with, the humiliation, the poor treatment, the talking about you behind your back, the snickering, laughing because they got away with using you. Using you and walking away thinking that you were nothing. But look at you now. Right? You have built yourself up to probably the strongest standing point here for you in this deck. The Ten of Pentacles with the Empress energy. And you know what? Even their snooty little King of Pentacles energy can't beat this. It can't beat the Ten of Pentacles. It can't beat the Empress. So now they can see, oh, crap, I had conditions on my love, right? And I shouldn't have, right? That's what they're saying. The grass was not greener on the other side, man. They're stuck with an angry, bitter Queen of Swords that gives them 20 questions every day while you're out here making your shmoney. Breaking bank. Okay, and you're protecting all of it because you worked for it. You're guarding your heart because you don't want it broken again. You've been through your healing. You don't want your heart broken again. And you're cutting this person out using your intuition because they never gave you any clarity. They just left you to build yourself up. You know? Yeah, they left you to build yourself up. You know, in a lot of ways, this person, you know, thank them for it. Because their foolish behavior and stupid decisions sent you on a journey that has changed your life for the better. Anyway, collective, listen, that's what I've got for this reading. I do hope this helps. I hope it resonates with you guys. If you want other readings from me, please check out Lumen Moon Tarot. That's my main channel, right? And I've got your signs on there. I'm still working on them though, every month, right? So anyway, collective, I love you guys. Give me a big fat thumbs up if you like this. Subscribe to the channel. Let's grow this thing from the ground up like you did. Like you did. So anyway, I love you guys. Take care of you and peace out.